Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Criterion Connection. I'm Wade.
And I'm Joe.
And we're here to talk about 1992's John Woo film, Hard Boiled. It took us a while to get this. I think because we forget that it's a Criterion film. It's Spine Number 9.
It's that and The Killer came out very early on, and then went out of print. Haven't really shown up in a long time.
Yes. And just so everyone knows, we are watching the Dragon Dynasty version of Hard Boiled, which is a great transfer for what it is. I think this came out in 2000s, because they talk about The Departed. The trailers are like, this inspired The Departed, and you're like, oh wow, because it's like early 2000s, maybe mid 2000s. Great transfer for what it is.
Yep, and I watched it in Cantonese with English subtitles.
I watched it English dub, so that's interesting.
Okay.
I watched English dub. So it basically follows a detective.
Are you talking about Tequila?
Yeah, that involves
played by Chow Yun-fat.
Chow Yun-fat plays Inspector Tequila Yun.
Yeah.
And he is awesome. He is like the quintessential, not bad, cop that rides the line a little bit.
He's the rough around the edges, doesn't do things by the book kind of detective.
Yes. And we also follow Triad. Triad to be Alan, who turns out to not be a triad. It's in the synopsis, so we can say it. He is also an undercover cop.
By the way, it's played by Tony Leung, or Leung.
Yes.
From In the Mood for Love.
Yes.
2046.
That's funny. I saw that. I was going through the credits. Like, he looks familiar. Yeah. What's he from?
He's great.
Yeah. There's a lot.
He won a Best Actor award for this movie.
Yeah. It's one of those things and they're dealing with the triads. Mostly Johnny Wong. He's the leader, and he has his enforcer, Mad Dog. We gotta talk about Mad Dog.
Mad Dog. Whew. Wonderful action movie villain.
Yes. There's a twist with Mad Dog near the end, and you're like, oh, there's a little honor to this character. Mm-hmm. He's not just a psychopath. But this movie, let's just say the first 10 minutes, Tequila is sliding down a railing, shooting dual-wielding pistols at people in the tea house. First 10 minutes is this tea house shootout, which is like, oh my god.
And it's set up with all these people are bringing birds in.
Yes.
And it turns out that this criminal gang, or these two criminal gangs, are making a deal. One's bringing money, and the other one has smuggled weapons in the bird cages. And Chow Yun-fat, along with his original partner, Barry, they are there to put on a sting, along with some other undercover detectives, and stop the deal from going down and arresting everybody.
It doesn't go that way.
Does not go that way.
No, it definitely goes.
It goes pretty sideways. in more ways than one.
Yeah, it's just like 10 minutes of just shootout, and Barry gets killed, and that kind of that sends you into okay, now Tequila's like, I'm gonna get revenge on this group.
And it's not just Barry that gets killed. There's another cop. Which turns out that this guy who was doing a majority of the shooting up for the gangs, that Tequila hunts down to the end and then shoots him. Turns out he was undercover cop.
Yes.
And the superintendent is not very happy about this.
Oh, he is not. There's a lot of setup. The first 30 minutes is a lot of setup, but there's a lot of action here and there to keep you invested. They invest. I forget her name. The love interest.
Chow Yun. So it's Tequila's wife, ex-wife, girlfriend.
Yeah, I think girlfriend. There's flowers sent to her all the time,
but they're coded.
Yeah.
It's from. We find out that they're codes in the cards, and I think we're led to believe it's Alan who sends them.
Yeah. Oh yes. Alan sends them the white. There's a talk about the white roses. There's a little bit. Thing, and you just see all those things happen, and it basically involves 4 big action set pieces. It is the tea house. Yep. The warehouse has 3 layers. They go in to infiltrate it, and then the uncle shows up, and then freaking Tequila rides down like Tarzan, just shooting guns, just
Shawn Michaels a la WrestleMania.
Yeah. It's Tequila! Oh my god! Just going down to shoot, and it goes crazy.
Yeah, and the cops bust in.
And then the hospital morgue. We got to talk about the morgue basement. And then the actual final 40 minutes is the freaking hospital.
Yeah, the big hospital shootout.
Which you thought, okay, so tea house, awesome action. Warehouse, even better action.
And there's even a minor one at Alan's boat.
Yes.
But, and you consider that minor, and that's like an action set piece in another movie.
And then the hospital is just a whole nother level. The hospital is by far one of the best climax film of any film I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I guess they're all shooting explosive bullets.
They also have infinite ammo. They never reload.
Yes. No. We do see them reload sometimes.
Oh, I'm sorry. In between, like, scene breaks.
If they have a shotgun or, like, whatever... Well, I don't know. I'm not a gun expert. Whatever pistol that Mad Dog has is like a pistol shotgun. He holds like that.
The Uzi?
No, it's not Uzi, but he holds it like this over his arm. For when when he first encounters the two cops in like the basement where it's like he shoots and steam shoots out, you know.
Okay.
Whatever gun that was, like you see him load like there's like a single shell load thing, and there's a revolver. But if it's like an Uzi or an AK-4 or like, you know, anything,
a semi-automatic pistol,
yeah, you don't
there's no reloads.
Nope.
Cuz I just remember Chow Yun-fat Tequila in the tea house scene, I'm just like realizing after a while, I'm like, he's only had 2 pistols.
Yes.
And I know they don't have that many bullets.
Yeah.
Like the big one, like the big clips, maybe 15, 16 if it's a 9mm.
But yeah, like all the characters rock. They all rock. The action rock. Oh my god.
They're all dedicated to whatever cause they're dedicated to.
There's also gags. There's funny gags like
the souvenir, where Tequila he grabs Johnny and he puts him up against the car with a gun.
Yeah.
And he threatens him because he's going to try and get revenge. And then Alan comes up and just whops him once. And he's like, how's a souvenir?
Yeah, there's another one where when you show Alan, he kills the guy in the library in the beginning. He puts a silencer on because it's a library.
Well, yeah.
And I understand you would do it anyway, but like it's funny because it's a library setting. Also,
he also got it out of a book.
Yeah, that's kind of comical a little bit. And also, I like.
And he put the book back.
I like at the end when they're doing I mean also the near the end Tequila has a baby. And he's doing a shootout with the baby.
With the baby.
Oh, also he puts cotton in the ears so the baby's doesn't affect their eardrums. I think the constant gunfire, and also near the end, an explosion in the background. Also, like he catches up on fire, and like the baby urine puts it out. It's like some comedic there.
It's very much Shoot 'em Up. If you guys have seen Shoot 'em Up with Clive Owen.
Oh my God, yes.
That's the baby kind of inspired that scene.
Yeah, and we forgot to mention that the movie doesn't start out with a gun. Does not start out with a shootout. It starts out with him playing like the jazz on a clarinet.
Yeah.
Very soothing. I'm like, oh, this is very peaceful. Little do you know what movie you're getting into.
Yeah, I love. There's so much in this film. You just kind of, if you could just shut your brain off and not worry about the logic of explosions and guns, infinite clips, like it's just a great
also the
action.
Fact that there's that scene where Tequila and Alan go through two windows, and then Mad Dog jumps through the opposite window doing the shootout. Like they just keep doing jumps. And I'm like, why? It's awesome.
It's a lot of craziness, but if you just like let yourself get into it, the action is super thrilling. The characters are easy to get behind and learn their motivations.
And Tequila is just a likable character.
They're likable. They have charisma.
And they also use, what's great is John Woo has these great action pieces, but in between the action pieces are important character development kind of scenes.
And great music.
Yes.
All throughout. This is this is the early 90s, so we're having the tail end of like 80s.
I mean, I am wearing very Tequila inspired wardrobe today because of that.
Johnny
Wong's crew and how they're dressed. They're like stuck in like the late 80s.
Yeah, there's just so much that I love about this movie. It's like the Jackie Chan like movies without like the comedy.
Yes.
As heavily, it's more focused on the action.
Yeah.
And it's just like all the tropes of John Woo are here pretty much, except for maybe the doves.
No, there's cranes.
There's cranes, but there's no doves being released and flying in the middle of the action.
There's definitely
you got the.
There's that. Yeah. There's definitely
the jumping to the side, the dual wielding,
the great sunglasses.
Yeah, it's all there. If you're a John Woo, like if you just heard of the John Woo tropes, this is the movie you need to watch. It's a really cool story. Like it's not even like a dumb action movie story. It's heartfelt. It's interesting. You know, because you have undercover cop trying to infiltrate the triads. They're trying to get the big fish, but you have your other cops who are trying to get revenge for all their cops' friends that have died in service.
What's great is every other character, like even the police chief, when and I'm sorry, I forget her name.
She's another inspector.
They all have like moments, like the shine, especially in the hospital scene. They have moments to shine. And Alan's great. The character of Alan has a lot of he has to kill people.
Yeah, he's got a lot of depth, and I love the theme. It gets brought up real early on. The movie's called Hard Boiled.
Yeah, there's a title drop near the end.
Yeah, and it's in reference to both Alan and Tequila, where one of the characters points out to Tequila. He's like, you know, you've really, you're a completely different guy than when I knew you as a cadet. You were so sensitive, and now you're real hard. Like, you're so hard. And the guy's like, and Tequila is wondering, am I too hard now? Yeah. And the guy's like, the criminals are harder.
Yeah.
And same thing with Alan. Being an undercover cop. He has to put on this facade. He has to try and impress the triads. He's got to be hard.
Mm-hmm. Also, there's a little subtlety there that I think Ridley Scott might have pointed out.
Oh, yeah?
Okay, hear me out.
I'm listening.
When Tequila finds the origami crane, right? That's a sign that Tequila was a replicant the entire time.
Oh, Jesus. You were leading me on this whole time.
I said Ridley Scott. You should take that logic and throw it out the window because he's kind of a crackpot.
But yeah, so there's a character trait that Alan always makes a crane for everybody he kills because he hates making cranes, and I love that detail. Yeah. He puts himself. It's like a penance.
Yes.
And it's the same thing that Tequila does, where he plays clarinet to honor a fallen police officer. And it's just like...
They're using art as a way to be like...
Yeah,
cop life sucks.
Yeah, this movie is so good, man.
Yeah. So, Joe, big question. Would you recommend this movie?
Of course. I shouted from the rooftops. I'm so happy that I thought of it last second when we were going to figure out what movie we wanted to do.
Yeah.
I'm like, we haven't done Hard Boiled yet.
You forget it's Criterion, that's why.
And what's even better is, I think I was just kind of in that mood.
I'm glad you made that decision, too, because I also 1,000% recommend this movie. It's for anyone. If you love John Wick movies.
Well, it's not for people that don't like violence.
It's not. Yes. Okay.
If you don't like guns and violence, it might not be for you.
If you love the John Wick movies, or Nobody and Atomic Blonde or stuff like that, or what was it? Shoot 'em up.
Dirty Harry.
Drive Angry.
Drive Angry.
If you like any of these movies, this is a must watch. If you like action movies, Die Hard.
It's a great crime movie.
Yes,
if you liked Jackie Chan's Police Story, it's worth watching.
Oh yes, you should check that. You should check our review of Police Story.
Yeah, it's so good.
So good. I mean, that's our thoughts on Hard Boiled. Let us know in the comment section below. What do you think about Hard Boiled? What's a John Woo film that's not in the Criterion collection that should be? the killer is
Yeah.
in the Criterion Collection, which we'll
I
do
feel
in the
like you're
future. Because I have not seen the killer yet.
I feel like you're leading people into saying Face Off, and I don't know if Face Off's ever going to make it.
Well, there's other movies that he's done that could be in there.
That's true. That's very true.
Let us know in the comments below. Other suggestions. What's another action movie that's on the Criterion Collection that we have not done yet? Let us know. We haven't done Police Story 2 yet.
That is true.
And ironically, on this DVD, a trailer for Police Story 2 played.
Oh yeah.
So,
hey,
it's a sign. So yeah, that's our thoughts. Let us know all that stuff. Subscribe and share the video. Please share the video. Just share the channel to people. Let people know about Criterion Connection. We're nearing episode 200 near the fall. So we're trying to think what we're going to do for episode 200. So let's give us suggestions on what you want to see.
Still waiting on our invite to the closet.
Yes.
So if you guys can help us make that happen.
I would love to go in that closet and be like, I want everything. Kidding. They want accomplished filmmakers. Not two guys filming Criterion. But,
hey man,
you
we
guys
wouldn't be
can
the only reviewers to be in there.
But you
guys can make it happen.
You guys can make it happen. You guys. So until next time, I'm Wade.
And I'm Joe.
And we will see you later.